Jeopardy is one of the few competition shows out there that relies on brains over brawn. However, every once in a while, the show drops the ball. Fans were recently livid over an exact instance like this. So what happened with this situation? When most people think about game shows and other reality competition shows, most out there today test things like physical strength, endurance, or some other aspect related to outlasting other opponents. On the other hand, Jeopardy is one of the few games out there that rewards knowledge. Jeopardy, participants certainly have to outlast the competition and beat all others to claim the crown. However, it all comes down to knowledge, and if one person's smarts are enough to weed out the competition. In this aspect, Jeopardy is one of the most unique shows out there. For a show like Jeopardy, that's all about flexing knowledge and brain power. One would think that those who work on the show would have everything together in order for things to line up in the ideal way that they are meant to. However, every once in a while, even the big brains behind the program get something wrong. A recent clue read: 50 years ago, Vin Scully announced he got a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a long-time record. 2 of the 3 participants got the question right, with the correct answer being Hank Aaron. However, many Jeopardy fans were livid over the misleading wording of this final clue. Even though 2 out of the 3 Jeopardy contestants got the answer right and eventually went to a tiebreaker, many show fans watching at home were recently livid over what they see as the show dropping the ball with a lax final clue. To his credit, Jeopardy host Ken Jennings did emphasize the word he when he was reading off the final clue. In the end, the right answer was given by the majority of players. However, it's also understandable why viewers are upset by this awkward and misleading wording. For many, Jeopardy represents a unique blend of entertainment and education. The format, where contestants select questions from different categories, builds suspense as participants race against the clock to answer questions that range from history and science to pop culture. However, the show's appeal lies in more than just its competitive spirit. Its reputation as a reliable, fact-based quiz show is central to its long-standing success. Fans trust that the questions are carefully crafted and that the answers are fact-checked to the highest standards. That's why, when something goes wrong, it doesn't go unnoticed. In early September 2024, during what seemed like a routine episode, the final Jeopardy clue took a sudden turn that left viewers and contestants alike perplexed. It wasn't the complexity of the question that caused the stir. It was an error that fans are calling one of the most egregious mistakes in the show's history. For many geography enthusiasts, the answer seemed straightforward: Indonesia. After all, Indonesia is the largest archipelagic state in the world, and the Indonesian government had indeed begun moving its capital from Jakarta on the island of Java to Nusantara on the island of Borneo. The timeline fit perfectly with the facts. However, when the contestants revealed their answers, all of whom had written down Indonesia, they were met with a shock. None of their answers were accepted. The correct response, according to the show's producers, was Malaysia. Stunned silence filled the studio. How could this be? Not only had the contestants, all of whom were bright and well-prepared, missed what seemed like an obvious answer, but now the audience, both in the studio and at home, was left scratching their heads. As soon as the episode aired, social media erupted. Die-hard Jeopardy fans and casual viewers alike took to Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook to express their disbelief. How could Jeopardy get this wrong? Was the question on everyone's mind. Geography experts and trivia communities quickly pointed out the mistake. Indonesia is, without question, the largest archipelago in the world, and its capital relocation to Borneo in 2024 was a well-publicized event. Malaysia, while located near Borneo, does not fit the clue's description and is not an archipelago. The error was not just an oversight, it was a fundamental mistake in the very essence of the clue. Many felt that this blunder was more than just a slip-up. It was a betrayal of the trust that the show had built over its decades-long run. Jeopardy had prided itself on its accuracy and fairness, so how could something so obvious slip through the cracks? The contestants on the show were visibly confused. Although none of them expressed their frustration on camera at the time, it was clear that the error had impacted the game. All three had wagered significant amounts of their winnings on the final clue, only to lose everything due to an incorrect judgment. The Jeopardy blunder sparked a larger conversation about how game shows, and even quiz competitions in general, handle errors. While mistakes are bound to happen in live television, how they are addressed makes all the difference. Some fans suggested that Jeopardy should implement a more transparent fact-checking process, or at the very least, provide contestants with a way to appeal in cases of clear factual errors. Others pointed out that this wasn't the first time the show had made an error in judgment. A few years ago, Jeopardy faced similar criticism when a contestant's answer about the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem was ruled incorrect, only for the show to later admit the contestant had been right. That incident had also resulted in public outcry and led to questions about how seriously the show takes its responsibility to be accurate. Jeopardy has weathered many challenges over the years, from the passing of its beloved host Alex Trebek to shifts in audience viewing habits. Through it all, the show has maintained its stature as a cultural institution. However, incidents like this final Jeopardy blunder can tarnish its image if not handled carefully. For now, fans remain divided. While some are willing to forgive the mistake as a rare slip-up, others feel the show's integrity has been compromised. Whether Jeopardy can fully recover from this remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: fans expect excellence from a show that has built its reputation on being the gold standard of trivia. The Jeopardy community is a passionate one, and this incident has reignited the debate about the show's future. While the producers have taken responsibility, it will take more than an apology to regain the trust of the audience. For the contestants who lost out because of this mistake, the memory will sting for a long time. For fans, the hope is that Jeopardy will learn from this error and return stronger with a renewed commitment to accuracy and fairness.